Good evening. Welcome. Tonight is night 11 out of 30 for our wellness accountability sessions. How's everyone liking them? I hope they've been helpful to you. I'd love to hear about what your intention is for the 30 days, whether you share it in the comments or message me, email me, katie@peaceandparamount.com. I've been sharing so much on here. I'd love to know what's going on with you. What have you been working through? What's been coming up as we've journeyed down this path together? Are you finding it gets easier? Are you finding it gets mundane? I'm curious to know what your experience has been like, and if and how it's evolved in these past 11 days. Tonight I want to start the session with one of my favorite quotes of all time. I also want to preface it by saying I personally, especially when I teach, I don't like to use the word God. I like to kind of leave it open-ended for what everyone chooses to believe in, but I am reading a quote, so I'm going to read it. But just kind of take it with a grain of salt. Whatever you believe in, you can replace that word, the universe, or something bigger than us, or whatever you choose to believe in. So, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that people won't feel insecure around you. We are meant to shine as children do. We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. And that was said by Marianne Williamson. She's one of my favorites. I love her tremendously. And I think that there's so much truth to it. And I think that we're kind of brought up culturally, many of us, to dim our lights, to make other people feel more comfortable, or because we feel like we're bragging or we're boasting and we're putting people down if we're sharing good things that are happening with us. And something to think about when and if this comes up with you is having different categories for the people in your life, right? So having people, lately my partner and I have been joking that I have a board of advisors, that I have a group of friends that are like my go-tos if I'm going through something with the business or myself, or I'm in like this awkward predicament. How do I navigate this? I'm kind of tapping out. I need your support. So kind of having categories like that with the people that are closest to you, like this person is really encouraging when it comes to supporting my eating or fitness routine or meditation practice, or this person is really helpful when I talk to him or her about this career move I'm thinking about, or this person is really helpful when I'm going through something and I'm really stuck in a rut. This person is really great at kind of pulling me out of it and bringing me back down to earth and reminding me of who I am. So I think kind of writing it out, like writing out the people that you talk to the most, that you spend the most time with, and kind of categorizing them and referring back to that list when you're going through something is so helpful, because a lot of the time when we're in the thick of it, we completely forget that we have so many people around us that would find joy in helping you and us with our hardship. So I think that in relation to the quote, I think that when you have healthy mirrors like that around you, it just makes the world of a difference, especially amidst this pandemic. There's just a host of collective energies that I think we're all picking up on. The political climate doesn't help. What's happening in the world is not, like, everything is just kind of adding to that pile, right? So if you have your go-tos that you can turn to, and you have it like kind of written out or drawn out for yourself, I think that it can be a really great resource to turn to as things arise, and opportunities present themselves for you, because so often we can self-sabotage ourselves because we're on the cusp of really achieving our big goal or dream, and imposter syndrome kicks in, or just the fear of the unknown. And so often it's more comfortable for us to stay where we are because what if? So we kind of accept this complacency, because we're not really sure where it will go because we've never been there before, right? So having those people around you just makes the world of a difference. So I want you that to be the self-care takeaway from tonight's session is, if you can spend 5 minutes after this video ends, just writing out the people that you admire, that inspire you, that motivate you, that keep you on track, that are really reliable, and kind of categorize them. Maybe it is the same person that is in every category, and great, good for you. How lucky are you that you have that in your life? But just having that, and then having it handy when things come up. So kind of like we've spoken about, having a basket of all your tools in it, whether it's essential oil or a candle or a journal or a book, but having that list in it. So it's a reminder, whenever you're going through something, to reach out, because so often we isolate. We tell ourselves we're the only person going through this, or we feel bad, right? You don't want to be a negative energy in someone else's life, but the right people, you're never going to be a bad energy or a negative person in their life. They're going to be grateful that you reached out, and they're going to want to help you and guide you if you're going through a rough moment. So I highly encourage you to work on that list. And so let's move on to our practice. So we've worked up to 7 minutes. I hope that you're enjoying the increase in our time with this. I know it can be a little challenging at first. A minute in meditation doesn't feel like a regular minute, but that's okay. And I think that there will be days when 7 minutes feels very long, and I think that there will be days when 7 minutes goes by very fast, and you're excited and wanting to sit there for longer and continue practicing. So just a refresher, if you're joining us for the first time tonight, we meditate to give our brains a bath, to get rid of any of the nonsense that circulates throughout our minds throughout the day, whether it's something we consciously believe or something we pick up from the media, from our neighbor, from a newspaper, from Facebook, from anywhere. So just kind of detox from that, and to connect deeper to ourselves and who we are at our core. It allows our minds to really settle, and it allows us to make really grounded decisions, and have responsive conversations and responsive actions instead of reactive. Okay, so you can sit in a chair, you can sit on the floor, crisscross on your heels with bent knees. You can choose to pick something to stare at, or you can rest your eyes all together if that's comfortable for you. I'm going to set my timer for 7 minutes. So whenever you're ready, we'll welcome a nice deep breath in, and then we'll begin. I hope everyone enjoyed tonight's session. Just going to read over. Hi, Annalisa. Oh, I'm so glad. And I hope you continue after 30 days too. Hi, Carl. Thank you all so much for joining. I hope you all have a lovely evening. As always, if anything comes up, anything that I can provide guidance with, just leave me a note in the comments or private message me, and I'll come up with something for tomorrow's session. Have a good night.